Hi there. Today is Sunday, January 2nd, 2022. Happy New Year. This is also the week 52 Return to Creativity update with your hostess, Jennifer Vanderbeek of scrapsoflife.com. That's me. I wasn't sure if I was going to do a week 52 update because technically there were 52 videos. They were just like the intro video and then weeks 1 through 51. But I decided that it would really bug me not to do a week 52 update. So here we are. And of course I know I'm actually recording this on the 1st so that I can make sure to get it up on the 2nd. There's a whole reason. But regardless, it's only been a handful of days since I last recorded. So I don't have like a ton to share because we really kind of talked about most of it, in my last video. But I wanted to do final end of the year video just to kind of close things out properly because this will be the last return to creativity video. Not my last weekly video, but my last return to creativity video. I'm going to change things up for next year, and I figured out how to do that. And I kind of hinted about it before, but I'll tell you about it in a little bit. So what I managed to do was finish the sketchbook project. I got that done actually Tuesday night. And so I got that all wrapped up. I got it all photographed and then turned it in on Wednesday. The I want to say that there was right. And then in my Thursday stream, I grabbed some I've got some visual aids. My Thursday stream, I prepped some canvases. For those of you who don't know, when I do physical art, I tend to start by laying down a layer of torn pattern tissue onto the canvas and adhering it with gel medium. And so I did that on my Twitch stream on Thursday, and it took me about 2 hours to do 4 canvases. And these are actually going to be belated holiday gifts for my family, but also kind of an experiment for me. I wanted to do something for them. I wanted to make something, but handmade gifts, not everybody loves handmade gifts the way I do. And so finding something that suits them, um, and isn't going to be useless clutter is sometimes a challenge, and I don't always succeed in that. So, I default to other things. And, some years I just don't really feel like participating in the whole gift giving roundabout. But this year I decided I wanted to do something. And since pets are very big in our family, we don't have any, I don't have any nieces or nephews. My mother does not have any grandchildren, which, much to her chagrin, let me tell ya, or her dismay. I guess it's not really chagrin, it's dismay. She has grand dogs and grand cats, though. And so I thought I would do pet portraits. Now, I've never done pet portraits before, but I'm like, I am an artist. I can draw things. Granted, it's been a while since I've painted before, especially anything resembling realistic painting. But sure, we're going to give it a whirl. And so Thursday night, I did this. It's not too bad, is it? It's I'm okay with it. I mean, is it exactly like my reference photo? No. Is it finished? No, it's not. I still have plenty of work to do, especially on the background and everything. And of course, some work to finish up on the dog's features. I got to put their collars on them. I got to finish their eyes and stuff like that. But all things considered, for never having done an acrylic painting like this, for never having done, ooh, I just bonked myself in the glasses, for never having done pet portraits, I'm really happy. I'm really happy with this, and so I hope the recipients will be too. Now, granted, that was the first of 4, and I'm not done yet. So these are going to be very belated gifts, but you know what? That's okay. It's the thought that counts, and if it shows up in like March, then it'll really be a surprise. They don't know I'm doing this. Anyway, so last night was New Year's Eve. It was also Friday. So, we didn't go out. There's no need for that. We are perfectly happy staying at home. Todd made some very yummy Alfredo wings. And we watched some TV, we watched the ball drop. Nice, New Year's Eve, but it's also Friday and we were catching up on our TV time. I did some knitting and I finished my last Christmas ball of the year. This is the Moose Moose. Isn't he cute? Whoops, this way. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if I cover up my face. Not for this. But yeah, so I did Moose Moose. This was this was the 11th pattern from the 2020, right? Yes. 2020 Christmas Ball Advent Calendar from Arnie and Carlos. My original plan had been to knit one of these every week. And then I messed up my wrist, remember? Way back in, what was it March? Was it early March, maybe? It might have been. Might have been. It was sometime early in the year when I messed up my wrist or my hand really badly. Um, I mucked it up good. And while doing laundry, while putting laundry away, actually. No wonder nobody likes that part of the task. So anyway, I did that and I didn't do a lot of things for a while. Yeah, so I was really cautious before I got back into any kind of fibercraft. And I know I did some crocheting, um, but I was a little bit wary for a while of doing any knitting. And then I picked up I did the shawl. I made the magical thinking pullover shawl, but that was easier on my hands because that's circular needle, lower tension. This takes a lot of hand strength just because I'm just, carrying the yarn, keeping the tension, working with the 4 double pointed needles. And so I put off working on the Christmas balls until after I had finished the magical thinking pullover shawl. And so yeah, I didn't get through the 2020 advent calendar. Did not even touch any of the ones in the book that I have of theirs. And I haven't even purchased the 2021 Christmas ball advent calendar, but I will, because actually, yeah, I think they released another set of Christmas balls this year, but the advent calendar ones were actually like little mini sweaters and they're adorable. I don't know if I'll ever do those, but they are pretty adorable. Um, I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I mean, I can always that's usually still available on their website, so I'm sure I can still get it. But yeah, so I finished, but this is number 11 of the 2020 advent calendar, and I'll keep knitting on them because I still have the yarn, I still have the patterns, and the concept is still really good, and they're nice little projects um to work on. So yeah, I did that. Um Aside from that, yeah, that's been pretty much the last few days. The last few days of creativity. The last few days of the year. But yes, I finished this like maybe 15 minutes before the end of 2021. So that was my official last finished object for the year. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. The moose pattern is pretty cool, and I'm proud of myself for getting it mostly right. There were a couple of flubs, but oh well. Not the end of the world, right? Right. So, looking ahead. Well, I'm about to record the first new podcast or new podcast weekly video for the next year, and it's going to have a new name, it's going to have its own playlist. um the return of creativity isn't going anywhere, but I just feel like the whole point of return to creativity was my goal for making time to be creative on a regular basis, preferably a daily basis, to improve my mental health. Well, when I quit my job in July and made my creative endeavors my full-time occupation, I pretty much accomplished that. I mean, Not that there weren't days where I was doing other things or whatever, but yeah, we have returned. So now what? Now what indeed? I like to pick a word of the year, so I'm not going to go into too many details because I don't want to repeat myself, in two videos back to back. But yeah, I like the word of the year concept. I did pick a word of the year. My word of the year for 2022 is brilliant. And that might sound a little conceited, but let me explain. Let me explain. A couple weeks ago, I had a really, I was going through a really, really tough, uh, bad brain day, bad brain night, bad brain few days. And, I pulled myself out of it eventually. Not to mention with the help of other people, but I pulled myself out of it. And I don't know if I mentioned this already or not, but I pulled myself out of it by listening to music and concentrating on the messages in the music. And one of the songs that I was listening to was Shinedown's Brilliant. Actually, I was listening to the entire album that's on, which is Attention, Attention. I think it's twice. But Brilliant is it the last song on the album? It might be. But I was listening through it and I was keying into stuff, and the line, "It's my day to be brilliant," really clicked for me. And that song's been running through my head for weeks now. And so yeah, I'm my word of 2022 is brilliant, because that is what I strive to be. Not in a conceited, self-aggrandizing way, but brilliant in all of its facets. There are a bunch of different where's my planner? Because I have like a whole list. I went and looked up all like the synonyms and stuff for brilliant. I mean, look at this. There's tons of them. There's tons of them. I highlighted a few that I was especially drawn to. Dazzling, intense, scintillating. It's also a descriptor for a cut of a diamond cutting technique. Talented, accomplished, inventive, creative, clever, astute, skillful, excellent, precocious. Um, no shade in saying that, owning your accomplishments. I have accomplished a lot over the last 6 months, and I want to accomplish even more over the next 6 months. Not in the same way, but there's lots out there for me to do, and I've got a big list in front of me. And so yeah, I want to continue to feel that sense of accomplishment. I am talented. Um, and I'm still dealing with that knee-jerk, reaction to saying that, going, "Ah, I'm not supposed to say that." But yeah, you know what? I am. At least I'm supposed to believe it about myself, because if I don't believe it about myself, I can't expect anybody else to believe it about me. I don't wanna be one of those girls or one of those people, not just girls, although it happens more often with girls than with boys, or, you know, uh, AFAB, AMAB, you know what I'm saying. Um, it's okay to own the fact that you're talented, that you have skills. Um, I've written 2 books that have been read by other people, and guess what? They enjoyed them. I think that counts as being clever. I want to keep up a certain intensity during the year. So yeah, brilliant. That's my word. I don't know why the dog's barking. We're not going to worry about it. Maybe he's upset that I'm talking to you instead of him. It's entirely possible. But yeah, so that's my word of the year, and that's what next year's video series is going to be based around. But I'm not going to tell you that until the next video. So go check that out. It'll be uploaded probably right after this one. But yeah, so recap. Big year. Return to creativity, I'm going to call a 100% success. I returned. I'm here. I have been creative. I am living, embodying creativity these days, and it feels good. It feels good. And I realize how fortunate I am to be at this point here and now. and I know that I've still got a lot of work to do, but I'm going to take, like, just a moment, and I have been, to really kind of let it sink in how much I've done, and what that means for me personally, and what that will hopefully translate into my continued, work and job and vocation and avocation um in the year to come and beyond. So thank you so much for being here. If you were here the entire year, thank you. If you've just joined us, welcome. There's more to come. Just because it's the end of one era and we're moving into another one, we're still here. We're still here. So yes, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you so much. Those words sound so inadequate. But they are what I have to attempt to express my gratitude and joy. Um, 2021 was not an easy year. Some would say it was worse than 2020. Some would say it's better. I don't know. I'm fortunate to have had some ups. But there were a lot of downs before that. And, it is what it is. And I know people are still going through the downs. I'm still having downs in some areas of my life. And all we can do is work and try and make our peace with that, and find the ups where they can. Have I beat that into the ground yet? I don't know. But yes, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for returning to creativity with me. And I'll see you in the next video to explain our new direction. Thank you. Bye bye.